thinking of your second home?
Yes, second time buyers. I am so excited about this topic. I think there is a lot of little things that you guys should be aware depending on your scenario. Obviously, as we always suggest, we give you this topic where that you sort of like think about what will be your strategy. But of course, we can sit down individually and analyze specifically your situation, which is very unique in each person. So we always suggest that. So yes, I'm so excited.
Yes, thank you so much, Carla, for talking about this. It is a great topic because many times we talk about in these programs about first-time home buyers. And let me tell you guys, yes, you purchased your home and now you're ready to purchase a second one, regardless if you're selling the first one or not. There's also a very interesting process that goes within it. And also you need to be financially screened before you proceed and other things. So Carla, let us know exactly what a second home buyer will have to. What is the advantage of
Yes,
a second home buyer?
let's talk about the advantages because I always like to talk about when you can save money, right? So if you are actually, I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on with Pepper today. As you guys know, sometimes these things happen, but I apologize for that. Anyways, if you guys are actually buying selling your first home, your primary home, what, guys? You guys actually do not have to pay any taxes. It's totally tax free, and that can save you thousands of dollars. And that savings you can actually transfer it to the house that you are actually buying as a second time buyer.
That is fantastic. Because as I was telling you earlier, right, we are in this business day in and out, so we don't think about these little things or these details that do, like, what do you mean, like paying taxes? But you're right, we have people approaching us or maybe just hesitating to go forward because they think they will have to pay these taxes. And
Exactly.
no. So imagine you purchased your first home years ago for $700,000, and now it's 950. So you're taking just out of the appreciation, right? Just $250,000 clean and ready to purchase, right? Your next home.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So that's 100% tax free. That's a very good way for you guys to jump. Perhaps if you are looking for a little bit more space, I think it's a good way for you to do that upgrade when you already have that equity built in your home. And yeah, I just wanted to share the ways you guys can take advantage of this, because there's other ways as well that I want to talk about, um, which is when you want to keep your first home and you want to buy another home, and you can actually get from your property, your current property, some of the equity out. When you pull the equity out and you want to transfer it to another home, something that I get asked a lot is, because I was a first time home buyer before, I cannot buy anymore with less than 20%.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a myth. Actually, if it's your second home, that's fine. You can actually put less than 20%. That's not an incentive of being a first time home buyer. That's an incentive for the people who want to buy a home where they are going to live. So it doesn't matter if it's your fourth or your fifth or your sixth. It is an advantage only because the house that you're buying is where you're gonna live. That's like one of the government incentives um, when you are buying a home.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You're right. So the 20% would apply only if you purchase in your second home and you will use that home commercially, meaning that you will rent it. Then
Yes,
yes, because it's an investment property, which
yes.
is totally different from
The
when you
moment,
want to live in the property. That's a different use, and it has to be stimulated, not demanding the 20%. Always when you are buying less than 1 million, of course, because
yes,
anybody buying above a million, regardless of what purpose the property is, you will have to pay 20%.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes, yes. And one other thing that I wanted to tell you, Elisa, is because there is this myth that you always like you always need to put the 20% when you buy a rental. Just listen to this because it's very very important. If you buy, let's say, a, a duplex or a triplex, and you live in one of the units, you can actually put less than 20% if you want. So it's only when the house is gonna be used literally only for investment purposes that you are not intending to live in any of the units. So
That's a really, really good point also, because regardless if you buy, let's say, a multiplex when it's or multiple properties, as soon as you hit, I believe, 4 or 5 doors, they call it doors, right? Um, it jumps from one tax definition to another where you consider it's considered a
yes,
commercial use for tax purposes. So as far as it is, like, you're such a, I love that your observation, because it's so important, because with two, three, I believe even with 4 units,
for
you
units.
still, right, you don't go into that next bracket. So you
Exactly.
don't, yeah, so you can still keep it low.
Yes. And guess what, Elisa? Uh, as long as it's less than 4 units, 4 units or less, you still get the best rates. You can get the not the commercial rates. You actually get the residential rates, which are much cheaper than
Yeah.
the commercial. So I think, like you guys, like if you are on the fence of doing a move or something like that, and you're interested to buy a fourplex or a triplex or a duplex, where you um, rent a portion of that home, and that portion will help you, also to pay down your mortgage a lot faster, or just help you with the payment in general. So that's a great bonus. And on top of that, the lenders will take into consideration some of the money that you will be receiving as rent. So we will increase your income whenever this happens.
Yeah, yes, very important observation. Thank you for sharing that. And also I wanted to mention that don't be afraid of doing that transaction, especially now where we are, Carl and I, we're in Ontario and the GTA. I can only talk about this area because that's where I have experience. But we know the market, well, yeah, I believe in all Canada, has slowed down in different areas more than others, but it has slowed down. But what is the advantage for you when you're going to buy your second property? So you can negotiate, for one. You can buy at your leisure because the properties don't have that fast turnaround. So
Yes,
I think, actually, I think you have better chance to buying your second home with all the whistles you want in it
yes,
now, that before, when you remember, people were buying just for the sake of, okay, it has the minimum requirement I need, but it's so crazy the market, I need to get somewhere.
Yes.
And now you can really look for all the things you want in that property because there's more places to look for it. And if you're selling, it will be the same. It's just you need to understand, we need to make a different plan, a different program. Yes, they are selling slower right now because there's not many um, buyers that are incentivized to do that for obvious reasons that we are right now just there are many, especially first time home buyers, are on the expectations to see what's going to happen in the market. But we're not talking here about first time home buyers. We're talking about people who are going to sell their home, which is a very different scenario because you already have the means to get your funds for your next home. So it's completely different scenario,
Yes.
right? And I forgot what I was gonna tell next.
There is one thing that I wanted to mention when you guys are actually buying and selling. There is a very important part of the equation that you guys should know. What happens if you buy first and you sell after?
Yes.
So at that little portion of the time, you might be holding two mortgages, and we're gonna need somehow to get the down payment or the proceeds of the home that you're selling to buy this new home. So there is a loan which is called bridge loan that will help you to obtain your mortgage and obtain the funds that were going to come from that particular home in order for you to be able to purchase this home. So it is a very common loan. However, not every single lender allows you to have a bridge loan or offers you a bridge loan. So the reason why I'm putting a little bit of an emphasis here is because I just want you guys to make sure that whenever you are um, in this process, just plan ahead. Just plan ahead. Keep that in mind. Talk to your mortgage professional for you guys to make sure that you know these little things that make a huge difference when you are in the market. And why am I saying this is because um, some lenders who don't offer it, some lenders will say yes, but those lenders are called private lenders, and those private lenders tend to be much pricier than the typical bank or the typical lender. So, like Elisa says, like those guys tend to save a lot of people.
They're the lifesavers in
They
the
are
water.
the lifesavers. They are the lifesavers in some occasions, but definitely, if we plan ahead, we might not need that lifesaver, even though they are there, and it's good to keep them in mind just in case. Um, Definitely, if we can avoid them, it's much better.
Yes, thank you for sharing, Carla, because yes, getting your second home, and if you decide to sell your first home, there's also a lot of homework.
Oh,
I give to my clients a sheet to ask their banks about the status of their current mortgages if they still have one, because they need to know. First of all, many people just miss that. Is there going to be a penalty, and what kind of penalty there's going to be to break the current mortgage? So many people do that, right? So people who are listening to us know that you don't have to wait to the last minute when your mortgage cycle expires. However, it's good to know in advance how much it's going to cost you, because can be as little as $3,000, right? It depends.
Exactly, exactly. It
So
depends
you
on.
need to ask all those questions to your lender, bring your homework to Carla or me, right? And then from there, you can start planning ahead how much is going to cost. All those are going to be your closing expenses when you're selling, right?
100%, 100%, because it is crucial that you know all the numbers in advance in order for you to be more secure when you are doing this process. You don't want to be running for money. That's the last thing that we want to do in this process. So definitely thinking ahead and making sure that we know all the closing cost for the sale, the closing cost for the buy, and if there is any bridge loans and stuff like that, or knowing all these
Yeah.
details is very, very important.
Yeah, and as far as the banks can let you know if your mortgage is assumable. There's
Ah,
many
I
conditions,
love
right?
that
There's
word.
Yes, because there's many. Yes, there are conditions around it, because it depends who's gonna buy your home. But now that the market is a little bit harder, this is a very good feature, very good selling feature, in fact, that you can
Yeah,
promote it as it is. Because so when you ask your lender, they're going to answer you all these questions from the questionnaire I'm going to give you. And if your mortgage is assumable, what does that mean? That means whoever's going to buy it and can qualify for that assumption, they're going to buy your home at your old interest rate.
exactly. So if
And yes, and these new high interest rates are really new. They don't have like over a year, right? But what we had all these slow interest rates within the pandemic, or just right post pandemic. And if you need to sell your home, this could be a really good thing. You can explore and figure out with your bank, and you can use it as a really nice feature right there.
100%. I can tell you that the banks don't offer it, but some
Yeah.
lenders do offer it, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a great option for the clients whenever they are in this situation where they say,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm, you know, we have clients that they say, you know what, I want to move outside Canada, and I just want to sell my property
Yeah.
and move elsewhere. And those guys, like they are not going to be buying again. They can sell the house with the mortgage. And as long
Yeah.
as the buyer, as Elisa was saying, qualifies for it, they have a great rate, they have a house, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, and that's the point, to have everyone happy. So if you have any questions, contact the professionals you trust in your area, and take it from there. I know the internet can provide a lot of interesting information, but especially we know a lot of the people who are following us are probably first time immigrants as well. So things in this country are very different than they were back in my home, your home, anybody's home, right outside of this country. So just approach Carla. I know, right, Carla? I think your first consultation, it's free of charge, so you don't lose anything. So DM her, so she can lay out the plan and what your expenses will be if you sell your home and buy a new one, or if you keep your existing home and decide to buy the second home where you're gonna be moving in. There are many different ways you can actually accomplish this. And if you feel don't have the liquidity, well, that's when you need to talk to people, because you can use the equity in your property, the appreciation of that property that you're gonna be selling, and adjust in the time frame depending on what the bank tells you, right? This is gonna be costing you this much if you discharge now, but if you discharge, oh look at in my chart, you discharge in 6 months from now, this is how much it's gonna cost you. So all these you can time.
Exactly. Exactly. As long as we plan ahead, definitely you can save thousands of dollars. and it will be much better for you to go with a plan than just like doing it as it goes, for sure.
Yes. And also, I want to let you know, if you are thinking about something like this and you say, well, but wait a minute, right now, I don't think I'm going to get so much money for my house. Yes, you're right. But also, the new house you're going to buy it with these punished prices. So, it's even, because if you're going to wait that your house uh, it regulates in the prices and suddenly goes up, the same is going to happen with the home you will try to buy.
Exactly.
So treat that as a constant. The only thing that we have different now is you need to be a little bit more patient, because houses now are not selling in 1 or 7 days, right? It depends on the areas. Well, I can talk about Ontario here. It can take anywhere from 15 days, a month. And again, it depends on the price bracket as well. The market is different. Above a million, the market is a little bit slower. Below a million, we spoke about it, about what we think the implications are on that. But again, and give us uh, exactly what are you looking for. I can run your historicals. If you live in a condo, you want to buy a townhome, let's say, I can run you the historicals in that building, even for 20 years, if there's information and the building is older, so you can know exactly what is the pattern of price growth in that building over a longer period of time. So you can also project, and you can see, okay, I'm okay selling now, or I'm okay buying now, right?
Exactly.
Either or, right? So everything is information, because we would love that you achieve your dreams, but informed.
Exactly. That's the best way to put it. The best decisions are the ones that you make with all the factors involved. And we have a ton of experience in this area, so contact us. I Elisa is at 416, just give me 1 second, 416 939 4497. And I am at 647-456-6864. You can see our number right below. And I also put the link to my Calendly, which is
Oh, very good.
yes, my um, e-agenda, where you can book a free consultation. Remember, my services are totally free, and I get paid by the lender whenever you select the mortgage that you really want. Okay, so don't worry. Let's chat. Let's make sure that we have a good plan. That's the main point, and the rest, we can plan it.
Yes, yes, and party afterwards. Thank you so much, Carla.
No, thank you so much, Elisa. We will see you in 2 weeks. We're
Yes.
gonna have a little bit of a break for the Thanksgiving. So we will see you in 2 weeks with a very nice topic. So make sure that you join us at 7:15 for the English version.
Yes. Have a wonderful evening, Carla. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.